from Southwest Florida's news leader. This is Wink News Now This Morning.
All right, now, Florida lawmakers, as well as lawmakers across the nation, are considering ways to keep drunk drivers from getting behind the wheel. One suggestion has been an interlock device that would keep someone with a blood alcohol level above the legal limit from actually starting their car. Well, joining us this morning is the man that came up with just such that device, Kip Fuller. Good morning, Kip.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming in. You have brought with you an original prototype from 1981 of this interlocking device.
Yes.
Pretty amazing. First, let's start with your inspiration for a device that would stop a drunk driver from getting behind the wheel.
Well, I had a friend that had a DUI in 1980, and we were talking about the consequences of his arrest and losing his license and all the other things he had to deal with. And I looked at him and I said, you know, with the technology, why can't we just take the keys away from you? If I can't, we should have something that should be able to take the keys away from you. So I thought, well, let's not let the car start until you can prove to the car that you're capable of driving it safely. And so we kind of laughed about it, and I think he had another shot. And then then the next day I went down, I started sketching up the plans for developing the first interlock, and this is the first prototype ever made with Radio Shack boxes. So this took about 4 months to develop the first prototype of, and of course it's progressed from a technology standpoint from here. In
simple terms, how does it work? What does it do?
Well, when you get in your car, once the interlock is connected between the starter and the key, you turn your key and the car will not start. So you actually have to breathe into this device at 40 pounds of pressure so that it gets a deep lung sample, so it's an accurate reading. And then if it passes, a green light will come on and you turn your key and the ignition will start and you drive off. If you're getting close to the legal limit, the yellow light will come on and let you know that you're getting pretty close, and if you cannot pass the test, the red light will come on and you better call a cab, because it'll be a while till you start it.
Yeah, and along the way the technology's had to develop as well so that it doesn't get fooled by a sober driver or somebody else starting another person's car.
That's true, but however, originally I developed a technology called HumTone, where I can actually identify myself from another person by, at that 40 pounds of pressure, humming as you're breathing into this. So it detects the frequency of your hum and at 40 pounds of pressure, and it can discriminate. And keep in mind, this was back in '83, so that was pretty sophisticated then. And that feature is still being used today on the brand new interlock systems.
And here, this was 1981 for the prototypes. So here we are in 2008, and it's still being debated as whether or not this is a way to go. Your thoughts on how long it's taken to kind of get this maybe generally accepted?
Well, we can't count on government to be pioneers of technology. So the studies over the years now of the recidivism rate of people that have been using the interlocks really statistically show that there's a tremendous learning benefit for the person using it, and also the rearrest rate is dramatically reduced. So now that legislators have some factual data that shows that it works, I think that's the reason they're really getting behind it now. But keep in mind, there's 100,000 a year interlocks being installed right now. If legislation passes for first-time DUI offenders, that could go up to 1.2 million installations a year, and there's a lot of lives being saved at that kind of use.